All right, everybody, we're going to talk about the October content update. A lot of great stuff coming out during this month. We'll go over all the events, all the raids, all the spotlight hours, and all the best Pokemon to hunt. So let's jump right into it. So you can see for the max battles here, we're going to have Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble, our Galar starters. Not shiny available because they just debuted, but then we also have Phalanx in there, which is shiny eligible as it just had its raid day. So you can get Dynamax shiny Phalanx. And then we have a mystery one in there as well. Not entirely sure who that will be. Maybe Ghastly or Gengar. Maybe we'll get our first 5-star Dynamax battle. Going to be interesting to see what that one is. In the 5-star raids, we're going to have Zamazenta from October 4th to October 14th, Giratina Origin Form from October 14th to October 28th, and then Darkrai from October 28th to November 4th. In terms of Mega raids, we're going to have Mega Blaziken from October 4th to October 14th, Mega Sableye from October 14th to October 28th, and then Mega Banette from October 28th till November 4th. And then in the 5-star Shadow raids on the weekend only, we're going to have Shadow Entei coming back. That can be shiny as well. For the raid hours, these happen from 6 to 7 p.m. every Wednesday. That first one is Zacian on October 2nd, Zamazenta on October 9th, and then on October 16th and 23rd, we're going to get Giratina Origin Form, and then on October 30th, we're going to get Darkrai. All of those can be shiny. Now let's talk about all the events that are going to be happening during this month. There are some interesting ones here. We have the Galar Expedition starting on October 4th to October 11th. During this event, we are going to get the next Rocket Takeover event. So it's going to be Galar Expedition Taken Over. They didn't announce it in this because it just overlaps with this event, but I will put a video out specifically on that later. On October 5th, we're getting that October Community Day. That is going to be Sewaddle. October 12th is going to be a Mega Raid Day. If that's going to be a new Mega debut, I'm guessing either Mega Mawile or Mega Sharpedo. If we're getting a repeat, I'm thinking probably Mega Gengar. On October 15th to October 17th, we're getting the Magnetic Study event. And then October 19th, we are getting a Research Day. October 22nd to October 28th is Halloween 2024 Part 1. During that time, we're also having a mystery event, October 26th to October 27th. And then October 28th to November 3rd, we're getting the Halloween Part 2. Notice that that starts on 10 a.m. the same day that Part 1 ends. So as soon as Part 1 ends, Part 2 starts. No gap between them, just roll one right into the other. And then October 31st to November 3rd, we're getting another mystery event. I'm guessing that's going to be the Day of the Dead event because that is the time when that is usually celebrated. And we do usually get an event in Pokemon Go for that. And then let's take a look at the spotlight hours as well. We do have some good ones in here. On October 1st, we have Pidove with 2x Transfer Candy. On October 8th, we have Galarian Slowpoke with 2x Evolution XP. On October 15th, we have Shroomish with 2x Catch Stardust. That's a really good one. Shroomish already gets you 500 Stardust per catch. Double it, that's 1,000. Throw on a star piece, that's going to be 1,500. And then October 22nd, we're getting another one of those combined spotlight hours. This one will be Ghost, so we'll have Ghastly, Duskull, and Litwick, all with 2x Catch XP. And then October 29th, we're getting a mystery one with 2x Catch Candy. My guess is this is going to be a new Pokemon that's had a shiny debut during one of these events. So we're going to have to get a little bit closer to that one until we know what's going to be featured there. All right, now let's talk about all the best Pokemon that are out during this event, starting with Mega Banette. You can see Mega Banette here is a pure Ghost type. If we scroll down, it's got a max CP of 4,063, an attack of 312, a defense of 160, and a stamina of 162. Weaknesses there are Dark and Ghost. Resistances, double resist fighting, double resist normal, and then bug and poison. In terms of a Ghost type raid attacker, it does rank fairly well. It's ranking number 3, although it's just under Mega Gengar. So Mega Gengar, definitely a better one to go with. But if you don't have the Mega Energy for that right now, you could go after Mega Banette, use that as a fill-in the meantime. Nice thing here is no legacy moves required. Now, if you are going after Mega Banette, here are the best counters. We've got Dawnwing's Necrozma, Mega Gengar, Mega Banette, Mega Tyranitar, Shadow Gengar, Shadow Tyranitar, and Origin Form Giratina, all doing pretty well there. Let's talk about a few more ghosts as well, starting with Gengar here from Ghastly, which will be out during that spotlight hour. It ranks pretty well in the Great League, a little bit spicy for sure. As a Shadow, it's ranking number 137. Notice it does need that legacy move Shadow Punch there. In terms of the Ultra League, it's ranking number 44 as a Shadow, again with Shadow Punch. 93 as a non-Shadow. And then in the Master League, it's ranking 115 as a Shadow, again with Shadow Punch, or 147 as a non-Shadow. Continuing our Ghost Ghost theme. From Duskull, we have Dusknoir. In the Great League, it's ranking number 82 as a shadow. In the Ultra League, it's ranking number 8 as a shadow. Number 12 is a non-shadow. You do want that legacy move Shadow Ball on it, and you can get the shadow form right now. If you take a look at the Ghost Grunt, it's in the number 2 slot here as Dusclops. There is only a 15% chance to get that if you happen to get Dusclops with the Ghost Grunt, but you could hunt it that way if you want to go after a good shadow one. We have another ghost here that is Litwick, which evolves into Chandelure. You can see as a shadow, it is ranking number 5 as a fire type raid attacker, and is ranking number 6 as a ghost type raid attacker here. And then you can also run it in the Master League, although its rankings have dropped a bit. It's a little bit more spicy now, and you generally don't want the shadow anymore. No legacy moves required there, which is kind of nice. Mega Blaziken is also going to be out. That's a fire fighting type. If we scroll down here, you can see it's got a max CP of 4,704, an attack of 329, a defense of 168, and a stamina of 190. Weaknesses are pretty standard there. We've got Flying, Ground, Psychic, Water, Double Resist Bug, which is nice, Dark, Fire, Grass, Ice, and Steel are the resistances there. Now in terms of a fire type raid attacker, Mega Blaziken does rank pretty well. Number 2 here, Fire Spin and Blaze Kick, not Blast Burn anymore, which is kind of interesting. As a fighting type, it doesn't rank quite as well, but still in the top 5. Counter and Focus Blast there. Now, if you're going after Mega Blaziken here, top counters are going to be Mega Rayquaza, Primal Kyogre, Primal Groudon, Shadow Mewtwo, Rayquaza, Shadow Kyogre, and Mega Swampert. Let's talk about our legendary Shadow Boss for the weekend. That is going to be Shadow Entei, also a fire type here. So if we scroll down, you can see it's got a max CP of 3,926, an attack of 235, a defense of 171, and a stamina of 251. In terms of weaknesses here, we've got Ground, Rock, and Water. And then in terms of resistances, we've got Bug, Fairy, Fire, Grass, Ice, and Steel. No double resistances or weaknesses there. As a fire type raid attacker, it has dropped a little bit. It's ranking number 7 now. Fire Spin, Overheat. And then it's also ranking in the Master League, but as a non-shadow, which you could purify if you just want to use it for the Master League. Ranking number 91, although it's 101 as a shadow, so you could keep it just as a shadow. There you want Fire Spin, Flame Charge, and Scorching Sands. Now, if you're going after Shadow Entei, which can be shiny, you're going to want to use something like Primal Kyogre, Primal Groudon, Shadow Kyogre, Mega Swampert, Mega Garchomp, Shadow Groudon, or Shadow Rhyperior are all top counters there. Giratina Origin Form is also going to be out in raids. That's a Ghost Dragon type. If we scroll down, take a look at the stats here. It's got a max CP of 4,164, an attack of 225, a defense of 187, and a stamina of 284. In terms of weaknesses, we've got Dark, Dragon, Fairy, Ghost, and Ice. And in terms of resistances, we've got Fighting, Normal, Bug, Electric, Fire, Grass, Poison, and Water. Fighting and Normal, all double resistance there. As a Dragon type raid attacker, it's not ranking super well. It's ranking at number 34. As a Ghost type though, it does rank much better as number 4. You do generally want Shadow Force on it. That's a legacy move there. It also ranks pretty well in PvP. Great League, pretty spicy at 159. In terms of Ultra League, Altered Form ranks better at number 7. Giratina Origin, a little bit spicy at 108. And then in terms of Master League, again, Altered is ranking better at 13, but Origin Form ranking not too bad at number 24. Now the counters here, if you're going after Giratina Origin Form, are Dawnwing's Necrozma, Mega Rayquaza, Mega Gengar, Mega Garchomp, Origin Form Dialga, Mega Tyranitar, or Mega Banette. A lot of megas in there, so let's scroll down and take a look at some other ones. You can see we've got things like Shadow Salamence, Mega Salamence. You could also just run regular Salamence, Shadow Dragonite, Shadow Gengar, Origin Form Palkia, Shadow or regular Garchomp would also work, Origin Form Giratina in there, Shadow Weavile. Now let's talk about Darkrai, which will also be out in raids. It is a pure Dark type mythical Pokemon. Its max CP is 4,227, attack 285, defense 198, and a stamina of 172. In terms of weaknesses and resistances, pretty much what you'd expect. Weaknesses are Bug, Fairy, and Fighting, and then the resistances there are Psychic, Dark, and Ghost. As a Dark type raid attacker, it doesn't rank super well. It's just outside the top 10 at number 11 with Snarl and Dark Pulse. In terms of the Master League, A little bit more spicy there, but 117, not too bad. Again, Snarl, Dark Pulse, and then you want Focus Blast on it as well. No legacy moves, which is nice. And then in terms of counters for Darkrai, we've got Mega Lucario, Terrakion, Mega Rayquaza, Mega Heracross, Shadow Conkeldurr, Mega Gardevoir, and Pheromosa in there. All right, now let's talk about our new shiny legendary debut. That is Zamazenta. It is a pure fighting type Pokemon. If we scroll down here and take a look at its stats, it's got a max CP of 4,329, an attack of 254, a defense of 236, and a stamina of 192. In terms of weaknesses here, Fairy, Flying, and Psychic, and then resistances, Bug, Dark, and Rock types. In terms of a fighting type, Raid Attacker doesn't have a fighting fast move. It is ranking number 7. Metal Claw there is its fast move, and then Close Combat as its charged move. Where most people will probably run this though is in PvP. It's ranking number 72 in the Master League. Snarl, Close Combat, and Crunch. Good mon to go after for some PvP fun though, if you like Zamazenta. Now if you are going after it, whether you're hunting the shiny or going after the PvP form, here are some of the top counters. We've got Mega Rayquaza, Shadow Mewtwo, Rayquaza, Mega Alakazam, Mewtwo, Mega Latios, and Mega Gardevoir, all doing quite well as top counters for Zamazenta there. All right, everybody, that's all the information I have for you in this video. Lots of fun stuff to hunt. I love October in Pokemon Go. One of my favorite months. I mean, just in general in the year as well, but definitely a good one in Pokemon Go. Right now, let's say a big thank you to our mythical members. High five, Louise, Liam, King's Lounge, Body on a Planet, and Kate. Thank you to them for supporting the channel at the mythical level. It really does help out, as well as all the rest of you members and everybody who comes to watch the videos, the live streams, whether you lurk and chat, those of you who hit the subscribe button, the like button, all of that makes future videos and live streams possible, and I'm very grateful for all of you. But right now, I want to wish you happy hunting during the month of October. I hope you get lots of good, spooky, shiny Pokemon, as well as that shiny Zamazenta, and we'll see you in the next one, friends.